Hey there, and welcome to Crochet Therapy. I'm Barbara, your host for this episode, this 100 Days Till Christmas episode. Please forgive the look, all the fun toys and things that are out here. This is my porch, and this is where we have fun, and we have toys, and we have sofas, and we have a window AC, which you probably hear. And so I just kind of wanted to come live to you from here. I'm going to try and pull you a little bit closer. So hold on. Here we go. A little bit closer. There we go. How's that? Is that better? I think that's better. Yeah, that's better. We have moving boxes back there. They're all folded up, ready for when we need to get our things together and move. So, how is everyone today? And I've got my tablet here so that I can see the chats and the conversations, because I'm not sure if I'll be able to see it on the screen. I've got a big window, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows here that it is comfy. It is really comfy. Yes. That's why I came out here this afternoon. I spent 2 lives in the bedroom where, where I've got my table and all that, but I just wanted to sit with you and chat. I've got notes, I've got my tablet, and we're going to see if this, well, first of all, I don't know if this tablet is going to work, because it's saying that I need to sign in to chat, and I don't know. I don't know if it's going to let me chat or not. So let's see. So we'll see. So welcome to Crochet Therapy. My name is Barbara, and I'm the host of this channel, and today we are going to be talking about 100 days till Christmas. Today is 100 days till Christmas, and for some of us that is going to put panic and fear and in our heart about what's coming up. We don't need to do that. We've got 100 days. Now, with that being said, we also don't need to just sit back and go, I've got 100 days. No, this means that we have to budget our time, and some of us don't like the word budget. I get it. I totally get it. But we're going to have to budget our time. Thank you. Hello, Naomi. Hello, Roberta. I don't know if anybody else is here. I'm just going to lean forward then and do that. Gloria. And so, hello to everyone here. And I'm sorry if I missed your chat. I'm trying to do it on my tablet, but it's not working. It says that I have to log in order to participate in the chat, and it's saying that I was logged out, and then I'm going to have to jump through all these hoops, and I don't want to do that. Hello. Macombi, hello. It's good to see you. And that's Lori, for those of you who don't know. Wow, that window is really blinding. But that's okay. That's all right. So I've got my notes, and we're going to go on with the notes. It's not a complete list yet, and so I thought, we could work on this list together. So 100 days till Christmas. What happens in your heart when you hear that? Yes. Naomi Macombi is Lori. It's my crazy cousin Lori. She's changed her name to Macombi. I think maybe transitioning to her cat, her what kind of cats do you have? Not Himalayans. Maine Coon cats. Yeah. Different phone. Okay, there you go. She's got a different phone right now, so that'll do it. That will do it. I refilled my teacup, my iced tea mug. First thing you think is better, you get cooking. Yeah, better get cooking. That's the first thing that Roberta thinks of. She better get cooking because she knows that the holidays are coming. And you know, that happens, right? We want to start baking. We want to start baking Christmas cookies. We want to start baking those cute little, sweetbreads like the apple bread and the cranberry orange bread and cookies and candy. And they all do take time. You're right. With respect to our crochet, if you are wanting to give handmade gifts this year, which, let's be realistic. This is the year. If there was ever a year to give handmade gifts, this is the year. The cost of food is skyrocketing. The cost of gas is outrageous. Rent, cost of everything is just going so high up. If we have a stash of yarn, oh yes, and you have to make double because your son-in-law eats before you can package it. Yes. So, oh my gosh. Well, he appreciates your cooking, that's for sure. So, this is the year that giving a handmade gift is really probably a very wise thing to do. It's a frugal thing if you are using yarn that you already have, right? Yes. So the first thing that you're going to want to do, number one, cha-ching, is be realistic, right? We're going to want to be realistic about how many people are on our list, because if there's 40 people on our list, you cannot make from here to there 100 days 40 full-size blankets. Realistically speaking, even if you crocheted round the clock and wore yourself silly, you couldn't do it. And so let's just put that thought off the table. If you have 1 or 2 people that you want to make a gift for, then maybe right now you could realistically think, I can make them a blanket, as long as it's not too involved and too elaborate. Now some of those, like the mandala that I'm making, each row is a different stitch, so you're having to go back and look at the video, read the pattern. Every single stitch takes time. It takes time. If you're doing a simple 1-row repeat or a 2-row repeat, that is the way to go. It is. So be realistic, okay? Then also be realistic about how fast you crochet, because some of us crochet faster than others. If you have 10 people, let's say, and you want to make each person something, and you have not even started anything, so you have a clean slate, 10 people, and you are an average speed crocheter, right? Candies or candles. Yes, I love peppermint bark, by the way. It's one of my favorites. Peppermint bark is one of my favorites. Sounds like a challenge. You cannot do it, Roberta. You cannot do it. Ooh, Naomi says she makes Buckeyes, brittle, and chocolate covered pretzels. 3 of my favorite. 3 of my favorite. Alice can. Yes. She definitely can. So Alice can crochet fast. She does crochet fast. And I've seen her crochet projects through the night until she gets it done, right? She set that goal for the chocolate covered cherries. Okay. For the wedding gift that she was making, and she met that goal. Now she might have had 2 hours left in the month of August, but she met the goal, and that's what counts. So You know, as you guys are talking about candies and things, you know, it's making me think, if you're going to make candies, why not make, you know, a little gift bag with the no-sew liner in it, put the candies or cookies in a zip bag and tuck it in there, and there you go. And those no-sew bags, the crochet bags with the no-sew liner, are really not that hard to make, and they don't take a lot of time. So just a thought. Oh my goodness, this is making me thirsty. Okay, so we have to be realistic about how many people we're crocheting for. If you can't get a crochet, I know. The problem with it, for me, with giving an IOU is that IOU might not be filled for 2 years, and that doesn't work for me. So I'm realistic about me finishing a project. Yeah, I really am. I'm realistic about me finishing a project. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give an IOU because the last time I did an IOU, I still haven't finished that project. So not a good idea for me. So be realistic about you and how you finish your whips. Just be realistic about it. The third thing that we want to be realistic about is how large are the projects, okay? Like I said, if we're trying to do full-size blankets and we are a slow crocheter, no, that's not going to work. It's just not going to work. You're going to set yourself up for stress, pressure, angst, anxiety, and, you know, and then ultimately possibly failure if you don't get those projects done. You are going to feel like a failure, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to set yourself up for all of that stress and anxiety, and by putting that pressure on yourself, you're doing that. So let's be realistic about those three things. How many people are on our list, how fast you can crochet, and how large are the projects. Okay. Number 2, make a list of the recipients on your Christmas list. Okay. Hey Nikki, good to see you. And if I've missed anybody, I have the sun in my eyes, so I apologize. It's hard for me. Yes, the goat on my shirt. Yes, I got a goat on my shirt. Little goaty goat, sassafras. It's hard for me to see all of the comments, so please forgive me if I don't see. Okay, so number 2 on our 100 days till Christmas. Number 2 is make a list of our recipients. And then as we make a list of the recipients on our Christmas list, leave room under there. Leave room under the names so that you can write notes, so that you can write different ideas. The second thing is to brainstorm ideas, their favorite colors, their favorite style, something that they have indicated that they may like if somebody is into bags and purses, think about bags or purses. If somebody's into, you know, those cute hats, or they wear a ponytail all the time and you want to do a bun hat, or, you know, the pony hat with the hole in the top so that their pony can come out, think of that. If it's a man and, you know, he likes to wear black, think of black. You know, that's what I'm saying. Think of colors, think of styles. If the man is really not into like the matchy, you know, anything that's too crochet homemade looking, you know, we know some people like that. I know you do. I do too. Then try to do something very simple. Maybe a black beanie, something that they would find in a store that's not too elaborate, or, you know, something very simple. Not everyone will want a large project. That is very good. Thank you for that. I'm sorry I couldn't see who posted that, but you are correct. Not everyone will want a large project. Some people are not into, you know, receiving big items. Some people just really like receiving something simple, something, that is heartfelt, that ticks their boxes, right? Okay, so like, I like goats, right? Let's say you have somebody who likes chickens, okay? What if you have somebody who likes chickens or pigs, or they like tennis or whatever it is, and you make a little tote bag and you do the no-sew liner in a fabric that has chickens or goats or pigs, or whatever it is, cars. If you have a little kid and they like Paw Patrol, put a Paw Patrol lining in that bag, then put a Paw Patrol toy in there. Why not, right? That can be their Paw Patrol bag, where they can keep, hey Alice, good to see you, where they can keep all of their Paw Patrol little figurines or whatever, right? Just kind of try to get into the head of the person that is going to be your recipient, see what they like. Then the next thing, after you have brainstormed under their name, now remember, we're not committing. When we're writing these things, we're not committing to what we're getting or creating or making. What we're doing is brainstorming ideas for that person. The more we brainstorm, the more we jot things down, the more it will come together and it will develop, and then we'll be able to come up with an idea that hopefully will tick all the boxes for that person, right? The next thing under make a list of recipients, so you've made a list, and under the name of each person you've left plenty of room. Some of us will need a third of a page for each person. Some of us might need a half a page. Some of us might need 4 lines. You know you better than anyone else, so leave however much room you think you might need, and leave enough. Okay, it's better to have more room than less. Then once we brainstorm the ideas, colors, projects, what their favorite thing is, what ticks their boxes, then we're going to calculate how much time it's going to take to create that project, and then we're going to add days to it. Okay, so let's say like this sweater that I started making. The sweater, honestly, I made the front of the sweater in probably about 5 hours, because I got flaky and I looked over here and I looked over there, right? And I didn't do everything that I didn't just sit there and crochet. I am flighty. I saw a squirrel and I looked at it, squirrel. You know how that goes, right? And then the next day, hey HD, good to see you. And then the next day, I started making the back, or one side, because they're both exactly the same. Started making that, got all but 3-4 rows done. The next day I did the 3 or 4 rows, and I did that in the car with everyone during one of my lives. And then I haven't picked it up since. Well, life happened, right? Wednesday I had to go back and forth. It was like 120 miles round trip twice. So it was something else. So 250 miles that day, and then I just crashed. And then the next day was a recovery day for me, because I have a really hard time the day after, and I just crashed that day. So I haven't picked up that sweater since then. Now it's sitting there and I have every intention of picking it up. It's just waiting for me. That's going to be the first thing that I pick up, but I haven't picked it up. So life happens, and even though you might be able to crochet that sweater in 3 days, and I know I can, life happens, and it didn't happen. 3 days. I did not get that sweater crocheted in 3 days. I could have, but that's not all I'm doing. I have family, I have animals, I have responsibilities, and then I have recovery time because I have, I'm not able to physically go at that pace and keep it up. So I know my limitations. I'm realistic about my limitations, and so that's important, right? That's important because you need to know whether you can do it or not. And there's no judgment. It's just being realistic about what you can do, right? Yeah. Okay, so randomly I said, well, calculate how much time and then add 5 days. If you know it's going to take more than 5 days extra because your life is just simply crazy right now, then add that extra time. Don't go by 5 days because that's what Barbara said, because I don't know if 5 days is even going to be enough for me. I'm hoping it is because I really want to get that done. I want to get that off my list. I want to have that one done. I have more to do, so I need to get that one done. I have 100 days until Christmas. Realistically, I may not have 100 days to do the project because if I have to mail items, then I need to give myself time for that as well. And I'm horrible at mailing things. Absolutely horrible at mailing things. The worst, really. I know that. Yes. So we've had one, be realistic about how many people, how fast you can crochet, and how large are the projects. We had number 2, make a list of the recipients, leave plenty of room, and then brainstorm under that, right? Yes, add time for the mail, that's right. You got it. And then calculate how much time and add days to that, because being realistic, going up to number 1, being realistic, we need to do that. So we have 100 days. So we've listed out our recipients, we've brainstormed items that we think that they would like, and so now number 3 is be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. How do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. Okay, an elephant is large. We're not eating an elephant. That's just a saying, okay? How do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time, because there's no way that we can swallow an elephant whole. It would kill us, right? Trying to do everything at one time, very good. Trying to do everything at one time would absolutely devastate us, okay? And we need to be gentle with ourselves, because if we're not gentle with ourselves, then nobody else is going to be gentle with ourselves. It has to start with us, okay? We have to give ourselves grace, and we have to give ourselves realistic time frames, and then we can get this done. So this is what I'm thinking. Once you get your recipients, let's say you have 10 people, okay? You get your recipients and you figure out what your time frame will be, okay? So let's say the littlest on your list is someone who really loves, I'm just going to go back to Paw Patrol, okay? Who really loves Paw Patrol. Or let's say it's a little girl and she really loves dolls, okay? So this little girl really loves dolls. She has dolls. She has plenty of dolls. So she doesn't need a doll, but maybe she needs a little blanket that is perfect for her little doll. The perfect size for an 18-inch doll. Do a little research. You can see how big that blanket needs to be to swaddle up that 18-inch doll. And there you go. It's a small enough project. Make it the color that will tick her boxes, right? And maybe that is the smallest project on your list. That's the one you're going to go to first. You're going to go to the smallest project on your list. Do you know why? Because that is going to get done like that. That smallest project is going to get done so fast, and you are going to be able to check that one off your list. Yay! Right? Let's say that little doll blanket is supposed to take you 3 days because it's small. It's really small. It's not even a baby size blanket. It's a doll size blanket. okay? Let's say you are realistically saying it's going to take me 3 days. Add 2 more days to that. You don't need to add 5 if you don't think it's going to take 5 extra, but add 2 more days to that. So that's going to take 5 days, okay, to get that little doll blanket done, okay? Now you have 100 days. This is your budget. Your budget is 100 starting today. So you have just taken 5 days from your 100-day budget. So now you have 95 days. Okay, we're going to do this like the budget money kind of way. Okay, so you're going to take the 5 days off of your 100-day budget. Now you have 95. Okay, you're going to do that smallest project first because you're going to get it done. You're going to feel good. You're going to check that or scratch it off your list. You're going to do whatever you need to do in order to mark that one off your list and feel good about getting that first project done. Okay, then what you're going to do is, and you're going to make sure that you weave in all your ends. Don't save that till the end. Don't you save that till the end. You know why? Because then that's still going to hold over your head. You're not going to really be able to check that off. You might check it off, but it's really not done. So you need to go ahead and weave in all of those ends, get it all completely done. So if that person walked in today and said, I'm not going to be able to see you until, 7 months from now, and you want to give them that gift, you can say, here, this is your gift. This is your Christmas present. You need to have that mindset, okay? Get it done completely to the end with the ends woven in and set it to the side. Mark it off and go on to the next one. The next one that is going to take the least amount of time on your project list. Maybe it's a scarf, okay? And so this scarf is for a gentleman. He likes black. He doesn't like anything too frou-frou-y, so you're gonna do the C2C black scarf, okay? You're not gonna do any fringe because he doesn't like frou-frou, okay? And so you're gonna say that scarf, you're gonna make it nice and long so that he can like tuck it or do whatever. And so it looks like a man-sized scarf, not, a woman or a kid-sized scarf. You're going to make it for that man. And so you're going to say that scarf is going to take me 7 days to finish. Realistically speaking, the amount of time that it takes me to crochet, it's going to take me 7 days to finish. Okay, I'm going to add 3 days to that. So there's 10 days. So we have the first project is 5 days. And so we took that from the 100 days. Now we have 95. And now we have 10 more days for the next project. So here we have 85 days left. But when you get done, you're going to have that one done and you're going to be able to mark it off your list. Now here's the thing. Just because you've estimated that it's going to take 10 days doesn't mean that you have to make it last 10 days, okay? Maybe you just really love the C2C and you are whipping it out and you are getting it done, and you not only got the black yarn, but you got a size 5 weight yarn in black. So it's creating this scarf faster than if you had used a 3 or a 4 weight yarn. Score, right? And so you are making that scarf and it is getting done faster than you thought. So on day 4, you are done. You are done that scarf. How amazing is that? So now instead of 85 days, you have 91 days, right? Because the first project took 5 and this one only took 4. That's 9 days. So now you have 91 days. So you add those days back into your budget. Keep a little tally or something, and keep track of the days. So if you have someone who is someone that you need to have the project done faster, then let's say it's someone at work and they're having, instead of having the gift exchange the day before Christmas, or whatever, they're doing it like 2 weeks before. So that's something that you need to keep in mind. That might be your next person on the list. Decide what it is. If it's someone that you work with, keep in mind, work friends are great, but don't make it something so elaborate that you don't have time to finish projects for your family, okay? And so maybe do a little amigurumi, maybe one of the little, I'm going to say the little ornaments, okay? So here's a nice little idea. Go to the crochet crowd, find the little amigurumi ornament for a taco. Doesn't take a whole lot of time to make that little taco, or a slice of pizza, or a hamburger, or some French fries, anything like that, a donut, whatever ticks the boxes of this person that you're giving it to. So you have that, and then go get a little gift card for Taco Bell, if you're going to make the taco, for a pizza place, if you're going to make a slice of pizza, for a hamburger place, if you're going to give them a hamburger, or, if it's popcorn, give them a movie ticket. There you go. You've got the gift. And it's something that you have handmade, but then you also went ahead and put a little gift card with it. Doesn't have to be a lot. You don't have to spend a lot. But it can be a little gift card that will go with that and complement it. And it will be so thoughtful, and it won't just be the gift card. Here's a gift card, here's a gift card, here's a gift card. It'll have some of you in that gift, because you are going to crochet a little ornament to go with it. So here's another idea. If you don't have time to make big projects for other people, let's say you work so much, you are at work all day long and you don't have time to crochet except for a little bit every night, and some on the weekend, but then on the weekend you're catching up, you're doing laundry, you're washing, dishes, you're cleaning the house, you have to tote the kids here and there. Maybe you are so busy that it's just not going to work. What you could do is have a theme, and every year have a theme for an ornament. One year it could be, like I said, all slices of pizza. So everybody on your list gets a slice of pizza ornament, and that's their gift. Maybe that's what you can do, and that's okay. That's okay. We don't have to give 50 million gifts. We don't have to give something that costs a lot of money. You don't have to do that. Take that pressure off of yourself. This is something that you have taken time to do, something that they can't get anywhere else. They can't go to the store and buy a handmade, crocheted Christmas ornament. They can't do it. Made by someone who thought of them and made it special for them. So there's an idea too. One year you could do all pizza slices, one year you could do all hamburgers, one year you could do, and you could just make that a tradition, and everybody's like, oh, what is she gonna make this year? What is he gonna crochet this year? And you could do that. So that's an idea too. The whole point is to keep the pressure down and to strategize your time, to budget your time, and and to make things go that way. Now let's say your budget really doesn't allow a lot of extra spending this year. So what you're going to do is find a project that you have the yarn for. Maybe it's a scrap yarn project. Maybe it's a scrap yarn big bag. Maybe it's a scrap yarn blanket. Now those scrap yarn blankets, they take a little time. They take a little time. But you know what doesn't? A lap blanket. And everybody in the winter, you don't have to be, in a nursing home to have a lap blanket. If you are a human being and you experience winter and you get cold, you might need a lap blanket. You just might need a lap blanket, and you just don't know it. right? And so keep in mind that that's something that can be done in a short amount of time. It really doesn't take long to do a scrap yarn big bag because you're working in the round and you are just changing willy-nilly, changing the colors and just going with the flow, and you're just going in the round until you get that bag tall enough, and then you do the crab stitch around and do the handles and you're done. So you could add a no-sew bag liner if you want. You could do that. And of course that's going to take a little bit of extra time, but not much. Maybe add a day for, putting the holes in the fabric and sewing the sides up and then sewing around the top and then just continuing, and there you go. So hopefully that is giving you some ideas. So share with me some ideas that you have. Alice was sharing with me that she took my idea for the Kleenex holders. They were round tubes, and I think they were called Comfort. I can't remember what they were called, but anyway, they were the round tubes, and basically I crocheted in the round and crocheted a cover for it, and you could do that in any color. And so it's something that someone could set on their table. They could set it in their cubicle at work. It takes such little time, and yet it's that personal touch. Well, Alice took it one step further, and she shared photos with me, and I'm going to get her permission if I can, and I'm going to share her photos to our Facebook page, or maybe she can do that, to our Facebook group, of what she did one step further with that idea. So she crocheted a cylinder to go over the Kleenex cylinders, and they're just, instead of having a box, a square box or a rectangle box, they're cylinders, okay? And so she crocheted using reds and greens, and she made buckles, and it looked like Santas and elves, and it was just so adorable. It really was. And it was very Christmassy, and really was a hit with everyone who received it. I know it was, because how cute were those? So anyway, we're going to share that. So if you have ideas for quick Christmas projects that will take the stress out of Christmas, share them to our Facebook group. Also, 2 Christmases ago, I did a series of tutorials called 12 weeks of Crochet Christmas. It was 12 weeks, and I put a new tutorial out once a week. And there are all kinds of things. There are very simple things like an ornament, just a plain round ornament. Now let me tell you something. There is this company called The Sack, and they have a box of 12 very simple crochet ornaments, like the simplest looking crochet ornaments. They're just balls, crochet ornament balls, and they are asking like $45 for this set. There is value in our crochet, so don't ever think otherwise. It doesn't matter how simple the design. In fact, sometimes the more simple the design, the more neutral the color, the more high-end it feels, and the more value people place on it. Just keep that in mind. So anyway, I think that is all that I have. If you have any ideas, share them with me. Let's see, live chat. Oh, and they're called Perfect Fit Kleenex. Sorry, I lost the chat for just a minute, and I apologize if I've missed anyone, because I lost the chat for the longest time. There was no chat there. They're made to fit in cup holders in your car. Those Perfect Fit Kleenex tubes, and they really are great. Hey Christy, I am so sorry that I lost you. And bye, Roberta. Catherine, it's good to see you. And hey, Connie, it's good to see you. And so I'm sorry, I missed everyone. Oh my goodness. I missed everyone. So, Diane, it's good to see you. So I'm sorry I missed the chat. It just kind of like disappeared, and so I was talking and I didn't see any of your chats. So I hope that this has helped you a little bit. If you can give me some ideas of what you do to cope with the crunch of Christmas, go ahead and share it here or share it after. If you want to share ideas in our Facebook group, I appreciate that. I know that everyone really, really appreciates all the ideas that come out of sharing and being with one another and being with other crocheters and seeing ideas and what they're doing. See, and I'm losing the chat again. There we go. Here we go. It just keeps disappearing and I don't know why. Whew, I need some iced tea. All right. So that's my strategy. I'm going to have to, because part of my problem, and I'm just going to be honest with you, is that I flip from one thing to the other. Like I get a bee in my bonnet and I'm like, oh, I got to make this. Oh, I got to make this. And then I'm like, oh, wait, this over here, this looks awesome. I got to do this. I got to make this. This is amazing. And if I keep bouncing back and forth, I never will get anything done, completed. And just recently, I have started completing projects, and it feels so good. Alice says, with kiddos who want to learn to crochet, teach them to make chains in different colors and then stuff into the plastic ball ornaments. That is a really neat idea. You know what? How about make up a kit for them? Have a crochet hook and get a couple of those little tiny, or instead of getting the little tiny balls of crochet that's already made up, how about wind up little balls of crochet from your stash, right? In like 10 different colors. Make sure their favorite color is in there. Put it in a little tote with a little crochet hook and 2 of those clear little balls, and tell them, this is what you can do. This is how you can decorate your Christmas tree with your chains. Teach them how to do the chain, teach them how to stuff it in, all the different colors. Alice, I love that idea. Awesome, awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Catherine has to go back to work. Okay. All right, have a blessed day, Catherine. And thank you for your crochet. I opened it earlier today, and so you're gonna have to watch that. I loved your grannies, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So Alice is always full of good ideas. I love that idea because with a little one, learning how to chain is the foundation for everything, right? And yet, if all they can do is chain, they're not going to feel like they're actually doing anything. So if you teach them how to make a chain and how to decorate with it, how to put it in those clear plastic Christmas ornament balls, and make it look really pretty. Ah, yes, they were beautiful. They were absolutely beautiful flower grannies. Every single one of the grannies was gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I am so excited, and I loved all of them. Loved all of them. They're so pretty, and I love them. I really can't get over how great they all went together, and I can't wait to see more and more get put together. It's going to be really fun. It really is. So, is there anything else that you do that helps make the Christmas season less stressful for you? Or are you like me and tend to start all kinds of projects and then at the last minute have to stay up all night to finish one, or feel like you are just never going to get done, and you're so stressed, and then you start thinking, well, maybe I should do this instead, maybe I should do that, and you're just like all up in the air with your ideas. If you're like that, let's together try this strategy. Okay, let's go over it one more time really, really fast. Number one is be realistic about how many people are on your list, how fast you can crochet, and how large are the projects that you have in mind. Be realistic. That's number one. Number two is to make a list of the recipients, leave plenty of room beneath their name so that you can brainstorm ideas, colors, textures, whatever ticks their boxes, right? And that's what you're going to put under their name. You're just going to brainstorm. Then the third thing in number two, letter C, is calculate how much time you think it's going to take to do whatever project you come up with, and then add days, because life happens to every single one of us. And then number three, be gentle with yourself. Give yourself grace, and you know that you are one human being and you cannot do everything. So give yourself grace, be realistic with your projects, and budget that 100 days. Yay! You know what you might want to do is get a ticker, right? Or put a box, make a nice big box, and every time you take a day, put a little line there, right? Every day. So 4 lines and then a tally mark. 4 lines and a tally mark. There's 5, 10 right there. Or, just saying, if you wanted to, you could cross off. You could get a calendar and just cross down the days. But that's not going to tell you what your number is, right? That's not going to give you an idea of what your number is. So you're going to want to keep track of how many days are left. Yeah, those Catherine's squares were absolutely beautiful. They were. Everyone's squares were absolutely beautiful, and I love them all. So budget, be realistic, give grace to yourself, and make a list. Keep a list. Keep your sanity. So I hope that this helped you a little bit. It's very simple. Hopefully it's not too elaborate. Hopefully it's just something that is doable, something that you can just take, a piece of paper, and you can keep track of the names, then take a separate piece of paper and keep track of days. If you want to keep track of 5 days at a time, or 10 days at a time, or weeks at a time, however you want to do it, it's fine. You are the one who will be keeping track of your budget, your 100-day budget. So let's get started. 100 days starts today. And I hope that you have a great rest of the weekend and have a great 100 days. Stay safe, be kind, and get hooking, and leave messages in below this video. I want to know what ideas you came up with as you were listening. What kind of strategy are you going to use? I want to know. Share it with us, and have a great day. Bye, guys. Much love to you.